Hey everybody, it's Miriam here at Paper Wheel Studio. Welcome, welcome. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers today. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. It's free of charge, costs nothing. You could subscribe below. And today I just thought I'd bring you along. I am simply making some very, very simple labels that I can use in a journal I'm working on. I know I promised you how to use those resin pieces would be the next video. However, it's coming right after this one, so stay tuned. It will be here. What I'm using kind of almost like an inspiration, so to speak, is I want to make labels like these that have the solid colors around them. So I'm going to use some things that are already, like here's March 8th, so I'm going to put my stamp there, get some ink on it, we'll put it there, and some of these numbers, and I'm just going to create some. I've got some stamps here. I'm not going to use the bigger ones. I'm just going to use some of the smaller ones and create me some little stamps. I don't have a lot of smaller ones, so I'm going to create my own here with the different colors. I have VersaFine Fallen Leaves, and these are all new ink pads to me. So they're all brand new ink pads, and I'm going to try to ink today without getting it all over my hands. So let's try and do some with the Fallen Leaves ink pad. And before I start here, I just want to see how it inks. I got parchment paper down, so okay. It'll probably do better on regular paper than that parchment paper anyway. I just kind of have it as an something to catch my overstamps because I didn't have any scrap paper with me. But I have several copies. These are faux document papers that I got from Temu. I got several tablets of them, and they're great to make ephemera out of for junk journals. So I'm just going to stamp around here and we'll see what we get today. Ooh, that one turned out good. I'm going to stamp, and then these will be just like a fussy cuts. They'll be fussy cut out. So I'm just going to stamp around on a couple of these and maybe do one or two in the book page. I got some book pages. You know, do a couple numbers, some words. Just wherever it seems like it would fit. And sometimes where it seems like it wouldn't, you know. That one, yeah, that turned out okay. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and do one that'll have background of ledger on it. That's too small, but let's see if we do minerals. I'm not sure what language these are in. I really do not have any idea. All right, so we'll call it good with that one for now. And I'm going to go ahead and I should have cleaned it while it was on my block, huh? Got some of my baby wipes here to wipe them off so I don't end up getting different colors on different ink pads. I'm trying to keep these are my brand new ones, so I'm trying to keep them nice for a while. And I love the Fallen Leaves on this yellow paper. It kind of gives it a very dark brown look. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that on camera, but we'll do some square ones here. And maybe we will do some others. I do have these lovely numbers over here too that I want to try to get some with. And I apologize, I know my phone is shaking a bit, and I apologize for that, but it's the phone arm that I'm using, and right now there's no way for me to get around that, so I apologize. And that wasn't a very smart thing to do, Miriam. Try to use it without a block. So let's get that on a block. And we'll get some, I did get something in the center of that, but I think I'm going to, yeah, it's stamping good. Wipe that little bit off there I got in the center. And I'm going to try it on a few of these larger numbers, like the 09 and the 0.1. See how it turns out with those. Oh, that is really cool. That will be cool for fussy cutting. And I think on this 9-1, I'm going to put a little book page under here. And we're going to do a stamp off with a 9-1, so I'll have kind of like what will look like a half a stamp. Gracious. We got lots of noise here, and my mower's just arrived, so I'm going to pause this, and I will record the rest of my video later, y'all. Well, they just drove right on by, so I guess not stopping. Must not have been my mowers. So I just kept it going when they drove on down the road there. Alright, so let's do another 09. I like that with the square, and I think the brown will look really good on these, with these. So now I have these pieces, and I got my 9-1 a little crooked, which doesn't freak me out, but we'll try to straighten out the 13 one, maybe. There we go. Alright, so now I have that, and I'm going to lay these to the side. Do a few of these brown ones. And you can waste quite a bit of time stamping in this manner. And I don't mean waste time, I mean spend time. I don't feel like I'm wasting time. When I'm working on anything in my junk journal, I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I love it, it passes my time, and I have a lot of fun doing things with it. I'm not seeing too much that's really jumping out at me. On the back it would work well for square. So I think I'll go ahead and clean my square off. And I can use this again with other pieces. Let's actually, before I put this away, I'm going to reach over here and get a piece of my book page collage, and I'm going to do a couple on it as well. These are just collaged on a piece of brown stationery. So I'm just going to stamp on them and create some labels with what I have here. I like how that one says amateurs there. And we cut a little corner off, but that's okay. Try to do a better stamping job on that one. Much better. Do a nice stamp upside down. And we'll stamp another one of these right here. Alright. And even if it's faded in some areas, it doesn't matter. I mean, the ones you print out, they look more vintage and grungy if you do that. So, clean the stamp off, and we're going to go with another stamp from my set. This is a brand new stamp set that I just got a while ago, and I've not used it yet. So we're going to use this one. It's a smaller stamp, and you can do a little bit longer pieces with it. But it also doesn't give you a lot of room for writing in the stamp. So really aren't going to get a lot of something written unless you find a neat word. Hearing, ring again, daylight, advantage, dreaming. Let's stamp dreaming right here. See if I can get that on here to catch the dreaming. Because it's, yeah. That's about all you're going to get with this one. Is typed lettering. So I'm going to just do a couple of these maybe. Like, let's see. We got some smaller lettering up here. So let's, and this VersaFine dries very quickly. Let's stamp that word. That turned out very good. And let's stamp this up here. Okay. That's the date. No, we'll save the date for another one. Let's see if we want to do something else here. Let's do right here. There we go. Kids going down the street. I got my front door open, so that's what you're hearing. I don't know about random numbers. Put his number in and dial random numbers or something. I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention. You guys probably heard it better than I did. Alright, so now we're going to do a few circles. Try to get some things that would look good inside the circle. Do a book page one here. Try to get a lot of words in there, and I did. So we got that now. And let's see, oops, we got a smear there, I think. But I think some of these smears were already on my paper, perhaps, when I started. I don't recall. Oh. Let's take this one, and we're going to try to get these numbers in here with a smear, and it'll be a little bit off the page, but that's okay. Yeah, went onto the page below, but I really don't care. Alright, we got this DOR up here, meaning something, I'm sure. So let's try to use it. I have no idea what any of this means on here, so some kind of bill of sales, it seems to be. And again, I went off the edge a little bit, but I don't care because then I can use that in some way and put another label with it, and it won't matter that I went off a little bit. So I'm just going to do some ones here in the middle to get some of the vintage ledger on here. This one's really cool, but I will save that for one of the other rectangles, I think. And we're just going to do one like that. And let's see what other papers I have here that I brought along. Some more book page. Here's some more of this, so we can... we have some long pieces of book page. And what else do we have? Oh, we got some more ledger and some other papers here. And I also have some matte paper that I thought I could stamp some on. All right. And you all know how to use labels. I'm not going to show you how to use these kind of labels because you just use them like you would any other label in your journal. Really, no big deal. So let's use one of these longer like labels here. We'll put the circle back and choose one of these here. This is a good size one. A little bit bigger than that other one we had. So I'm going to clean off my brown off my stamp block. Take care of your stamps, they'll last longer. For sure. And I'm just going to put this one down and stamp some green ones on maybe my paper, as well as I also have green paper in here, which I think the green would look really cool on the green paper. So we're going to try it. I have a couple different kinds of green paper here. So I'm going to stamp me some with numbers on them here. There we go. And we'll do some more numbers. Those look really cool. And let's do, we want to try one other brown paper? Let's do one, oh, stuck to it, on the brown paper here. Put a little bit of writing up there at the top. That'll be cool. All right, I think we can, maybe, can we squeeze this one on here? In between words, some things? Nope. That one won't hold anymore, so we're going to use if you want any on this one, we'll do a few on this one. And again, I am just randomly stamping, not paying that much attention. That one didn't quite get the end, but that's okay, because it'll go somewhere where it won't matter. And when you drop it, you get ink all over your fingers and your stamp block. Clumsy me. So just gonna get another baby wipe here and wipe it off. Be careful, permanent inks can stain your fingers. I understand that you could use lemon juice. It'll help get it off. I've not tried that, so I'm not 100% certain. But I have seen other creators online say that lemon juice will work very well for it, removing inks from your fingers. So let's do a few of this in green. I've just got so many different papers here. I'm just stamping whatever I happen to grab. Let's see, I think I had more numbers. Oh yeah, I do. On the other side, yay. Let's do some of these up this way. I don't want a line on that one. There we go. And when your stamp does not stamp all the way, remember, that's what distressed things look like as well. When they're distressed, they're not going to stamp all the way, and if you sand a little bit of it off or whatever, you won't. That's what it would look like anyway. So, alright, we're going to do one or two of these on the book page here, and that's what I'm going to do for the green. And then we got some red and blue. Ooh, I like that. I really like how that turned out. Hey, Echo, cancel timer. Sorry, I forgot I'd had a timer for what's in the oven. I apologize. All right, let's do one more. This is just too fun. I also have some maps that I'm going to stamp on as well. I think blue and red would look good, or maybe even some greens on my maps. So I think I'm going to keep my green here and pull out a piece of my map from my pile and use it. Okay, so we got these, and I'm just going to leave those down. That's our first bunch around. Let's see here. Don't need clear, that's for the stamps. All right, let's see. I got bunches of paper here off to the side. I don't know what's what. More little pieces of some masterboard stuff, some more map-y like pieces. Here's some floral things, which I think would look really awesome. Get a couple with florals. Let's see. Rather than just throw scraps away, I think this is a really good way to use up scraps. Here's some more book page, and I can put a couple here on. So let's do that. And what's on the other side? Anything exciting? Probably not. And that. Even if I get it up inside the stamp pieces are long enough that it's not going to get on the stamp when I stamped it. The last two stamped really good on the book page. Book pages take it very well. Okay, let's do, I want to get this here, just barely on the edge there. Oh, love it. Love it. All right, let's get this. Oh yeah, and let's just do a plain one with the green. The green looks really super good on this paper. Okay, cool. I really like those. Do we want to, I like those berries there. Do we want to do two more on this one? I see two things jumping right out at me. We're going to do this. Cool. Now we're going to do these berries here, I think. Yeah. Now I'm going to wait and do a square on there. Let's do just a plain one here somewhere. Let's do that greenery there, kind of going a little bit off the page and onto the other page that accidentally stepped over a stamp, but that's okay. Not too worried. That's why I just like to stamp as many of these as I can as I go here. Okay. Get some blue there. It might look pretty with blue stamps on it. Let's just take a random piece of this map. It's already kind of messed up on this one piece here. So I'm just going to tear it down. It's a random scrap. And I can get several stamps off of this one piece here. So let's start with the green one that we had. Then we'll switch over maybe to something else. But I think this green will look really cool on this map for sure. Yeah, I lost a corner there, but these ink pads are a little skinnier than what I'm used to with the others. So I'll make sure my stamp's nice and covered that time. And now I got that. So, not liking how that one did there, so I'm going to try to do another one here on the green part since there's not a lot of green. There we go. Aha. That one turned out really good. Now, do we want to? Yeah, I do. I want to do this one right here to get that whole network of roads in there. Oh yeah, and just barely off the end. I do like that. Yup. All right, move on to another color and another stamp. Let's do another stamp before we move on to another color. Let's try a circle, a couple circles in green. We'll do some green book page circles, some map, and this other paper here I think would look really cool. Some of your stamps will stain with the permanent inks, and that's fine. It just happens. Not a big deal. Just wash them off the best you can. Baby wipes work very well for cleaning your stamps. Oh yeah, I'm glad I saved that one for the circle. Look how good that turned out. Can you see? I love the ones that are turning out on this paper. I like them a lot. Let's put that one right there. Okay, so I cut the bottom off a little, but that's okay. Again, I'm not too worried. Just gonna put a random one there. There we go. Alright, lay that to the side, and let's get a couple green circles. Maybe on this yellow part here. Random. And let's just throw that one down wherever. There we go. Alright. Now we'll try. You know what? I think today I might do a few black ones, but I'm not going to do red and blue. I've not yet opened my red and blue inks. I think I'm going to hold off on doing those for now, and I'm going to do some black stamps and see how they turn out. Because I like now and then just to have some black and white stamps, you know? You ever looking for just a black stamp to put on something? Oh well. I often am looking for just plain old black stamps, so. I just dropped all my little stamp things that I had in a box. Well, everybody, I am going to go ahead and call it a day, and I'm going to cut out these stamps, and in my next video I will have both these stamps and the ones that we made yesterday, and I'm going to use both to decorate in the journal that I'm working on. So you all come back tomorrow and see how you can use just random stamps like this, and also see how you can use the resin pieces in your journal. I'm going to be decorating a new 4x7 journal that I put together. So you come back tomorrow and see what I do, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye for now. Take care, everyone.